Yes. Good girl.
It's an adorable trick, isn't it? Well, today, Instructor Steve and Jet are going to show you guys exactly how to teach your dog to walk on your feet. I'm Ken Steep. This is Instructor Steve. Welcome back to McCann Dogs.
So there's a couple of steps to get this trick to completion. The first one is getting your dog comfortable. Just simply putting her paws on your feet. That's step one. Step two would be teaching her to stand in between your legs and stand there calmly and remain in position. The third step, of course, is putting both those things together and getting those front paws on your feet while she's standing in between your legs. So like teaching any other trick, having a great reward and some good timing can really help your dogs understand what it is you want. I've got some food here, and when my dog's sitting in front of me, I'm just gonna offer her my foot and see what she does. Now she's quite good at shaping things and guessing on what I want to do. And as long as I yes it properly and reward her timely, she can pick up quite quickly what I want her to do. So I'll offer a foot and tell her paw, yes, good girly. I can say yes the moment that toe or that paw hitches my toe, and yes and reward that. Now I'll do the other foot and see if she'll do the other paw. Good girl, nice try. Yes, good girl, very good. Even though she hit my leg, no big deal, I'm not worried about it. It's all about the paw movement and those little steps to build on it. So we'll try it a few more times. I'll get a little bit more food. Paw, yes, good girl. Other paw, yes, good girl, very good girl. Paw, yes, good girl. Now you notice I'm saying paw and other paw. I do want her to differentiate one paw versus the other so that she knows that both paws have to work independently. Now, once she's comfortable offering some paws and putting those behaviors together with my foot, the next part is just getting her comfortable standing in between my legs. And again, with just a little bit of food, I can lure her around behind me and then simply switch hands with that food, draw her in between my legs, and simply say yes and reward her for holding position. Now, it doesn't matter to me if she's sitting or standing right now, I just want her comfortable in the position. Good girly, very good. And I can just try that a few times. She comes out front, I lure her around behind, bring her in between my legs, keeping her head level, yes, and reward, yes, and reward. And I like to reward with both hands to keep her centered and not defaulting to look at one side. Now again, reward position is critical in helping your dog understand the behavior. One of the common things that happens is we lift that food up a little bit too high and the dogs tend to default into a sit like Jet did earlier. So again, I'll show you what that looks like. If I'm struggling with this, as she comes around, if I bring that food up a little high, you can see that she sits. Whereas if I lower it to her head level, then I can say yes and reward that standing position over and over. And then I can clearly tell her, okay, and she's allowed to move. Now we've got step one done. She's offering her paws onto my feet. Step two, she's comfortable standing in between my legs. Now we're just gonna put the two of them together. And this may take a little bit of patience and a little bit of practice for the dogs to figure out not only that they need to touch the paw, but to keep it remaining there. But that's sort of a little secondary thing. We're gonna start with just getting the paws on the feet. So again, I'm gonna lure her in between my legs with that food. Very good girly. Yes and reward. Then I'm simply gonna pick up a foot and say paw and see what happens. Paw. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Now she knows this, so she's trying pretty hard. Yes, good girly. I'm gonna try and break it down and make it a little bit easier for you guys. So I'm gonna get her feet off mine. Good girl. Other paw. Yes, good girly. Very good. I'm gonna try and get one paw off. Paw. Yes, good girl. Yes, so you can see she's looking for those feet. And the moment she does, see she's got both feet there, I'm yesing and rewarding over and over and over again to really let her know that that's exactly what I want. So you'll notice that Jet quickly started to offer both paws on the feet as a sort of learned behavior. I spent quite a bit of time before this video teaching her simply to offer those paws onto my feet, and she's learned to value that exercise and understands that doing that gets her a reward quickly. So once she got into the position and I was lifting my feet, it became very easy for her to transition that into that position between my legs. So now that she's reliably offering to put her paws on top of my feet while standing in between my legs, I'm gonna start to reward her more for keeping those paws placed there. And if she's continuing to keep those paws placed there, I'm gonna very gently and carefully start to lift my feet up with her paws on my feet. And again, yes and reward each little step along the way. So it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna bring her around, lure her in between my feet, ask for those paws. Yes, good girl. Paws, yes. Good girl. Now she's sitting, so I'm gonna help her back into that stand. Yes, 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 good girl. So you can see I'm adding just a little bit of motion and rewarding her the whole time. Yes, good girl. So now that I'm able to lift my feet and she maintains those paws firmly planted on my feet, I'm just gonna add a little bit of motion forward, rewarding her for every step that she stays in that position. So here again, we'll lure between my legs. paws. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. And now we're walking. She's got those paws on my feet. Yes, good girly. Once the dogs understand what we want them to do, we can start to put a command to it. Now the command I use for this is legs. Legs means pop between my legs, put your feet on my feet. Because she hasn't learned that word yet, we're gonna help her do that. So I'm gonna get her in the same position at my side. I'm gonna say the command. 1 second later, use my food to help her into that position, and then simply reward her for holding it. So it's gonna look like this. She's in at my side. I'm simply gonna say, legs. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Okay. And then we'll try it again. I'll bring her out front. She's standing at my side. Legs. Yes. Good girl. Very good girl. Yes. Good girl. Okay. And eventually, after we've done this a number of times, come here, girl. Switch. Oh, good girly, good try. You can see she's offering to do this trick. She finds it pretty valuable. She got a little ahead of the game. That's okay. I'm not going to scold her. Ready? Legs. Yes, good girly. And off we go with her walking on my feet. What a good puppy dog you are.
I hope you guys have lots of fun teaching this trick to your dog. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We publish new videos every single week to help you spend some quality time with your four-legged family member. Check out that video beside us. It's a playlist for other trick videos that Instructor Steve has taught. On that note, I'm Ken.
I'm Steve.
Happy training.